Okay, let's continue. So, um,
I
uh,
apologize. I thought I was going to be the last guy to get this done, considering I was doing the free stuff, and I was going to
Well,
just
you
take.
decided
I think
to
I'm
be
the only.
Lord.
I think I'm the other person who actually tried to stat out everything beforehand, and even then, I'm
How did
starting to throw out my ideas and shuffle them.
okay, so, um, honestly, I'd say maybe make the appearance the dump stat unless you want to be literally supernaturally attractive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You can afford to have that happen.
I mean, I kind of want. Yeah. I mean, I guess that.
It's up to you. You can just, if you want to focus it, just take it to 5 and play off of having 7 effective appearance. That's perfectly fine. Yeah. Just whatever you prefer.
Or you can have a 4 all-around effective. You can have effectively 4 all-around social stats.
That's what I was thinking of.
Honestly, if you had amazing appearance, I'm not above letting you roll appearance leadership to see if you're inspiring the troops. You can always just strike a pose. That's the kind of crap changelings do.
Yep.
Fuck, that seems really good, actually. I don't say anything. I just strike. I just kind of like cause the wind to blow a little bit, and so it's a new pun.
Just look meaningfully into the middle distance with a determined look on your face.
It's a meaningful bunk too. That actually makes some of his bunks easier to pull off too, probably. Because some of the bunk, like a lot of the difficulties for the bunks, is all about getting people to pay attention.
Walk through Walmart naked as if nothing was wrong.
With self-control
yes,
roll.
that is... I don't think changelings actually have ratings in the virtues because they don't have anything else.
They don't. Nope. We don't care about that. That's not something we care about.
I just assume that it's like changelings start by default with 4 willpower, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Then just assume that your virtues are 3, 3, 4.
For purposes of
any roll that might require it.
Yeah, exactly.
How is that looking?
No, 3, 3, 4, not 4, 5, 4.
Oh wait, hold on. I can't do math. I didn't mean that. Whoops.
4 in courage because you start with 4 willpower by default.
Oh. All right.
In terms of attributes, yeah, that looks good. Certainly, be the pretty boy. Okay, so
or whatever gender your changing ends up being.
Abilities. What looks good? What do you want? The enigmas would be a knowledge in case you're planning on taking that.
In Changeling and just the 20 in general, you still need to have a dot in set knowledge to be able to attempt set check, correct?
Unless you have remembrance,
generally,
in which you can substitute it for any basic ability.
Generally, by the book, yes. Depending on how common it is, you might get a roll at +2 or +3 difficulty with me, which is a bigger debuff than the skills, but you can potentially still roll sometimes.
Yeah, and this sort of heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend style of knowledge rather than anything actually substantial.
Two, 4, 6, 8.
Well, so are we just gonna continue with doing allied stuff?
Yeah, you can go if you need to go. We're gonna have to split this into 2. There's no way.
Yeah.
Too many new concepts.
I have a very general thing on my stuff. Whenever you want to try and look at it, plan to be a puka, etc.
We'll go through this next time anyway, because I want a general idea of this to be on recording, but if you have a draft ready to go by then, that will certainly make this a lot faster.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, ally.
I'll just
You
try and listen to what Allied eventually does then. Hey guys.
Yeah, bye. Keep in mind, you do have 50 experience, so you can get skills with that. So if there's something you want to be really good at, especially if you have a little bit of freebies left.
Yeah.
You
I have 4.
You should focus essentially on whatever talent, ability, or skill you want to take to 4 or 5. And just, use the initial character creation to be really good at something and then bring up some of the rest with other stuff if needed.
Alright. I don't feel like, because intimidate checks are always with strength, correct?
No,
Nope.
that's scales thing.
Oh, shit. What are they normally then?
Manipulation. I mean, you don't need strength. It's like, okay, there's a werewolf that seems to swell as you speak beside you. Do not challenge me, kid, or I shall unleash my dog upon you.
Yeah, that would require an immediate
was
frenzy
that
roll to
right?
not get ripped apart.
Shit.
Don't insult the werewolves like you wouldn't insult a vampire.
No, they all have titles.
Wouldn't Allied do that though? Didn't he pick that crazy house, the Fiona? Or Fiona?
No.
He's a Leon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Also, I'm a courtier, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, but if you're
Doesn't
if you're
matter,
crazy enough.
nobody cares.
But yeah.
Fuck you.
No, wrong. Legacy is not house in nature and demeanor. Remember, you have 2. You have a seelie and unseelie house. Or legacy, rather.
House is clan.
No, it's not. Clan is craft. In the sheets in a specific. Which you don't know. Shut the fuck up.
Just gonna go back to
Okay, fine.
quick.
Okay.
4, 12.
You need to buy the 4th and 5th points with freebies. You can only spend the initial ones on the first 3 dots.
Oh, okay.
That sadly is a thing.
Set of sheet, because can I?
You want to think
That thing
about?
says I can't lie to.
Yeah, no, you can certainly lie to people. Nothing's stopping you. It's all a question of what you think you actually want to do, because expression will come up more in one-to-one conversations, as well. Well, subterfuge comes up in obvious things, and it's just, reading people and connecting with people, and then you have leadership, which is just like,
Yep.
I feel like I'm going to end up being like the guy who talks with other people and ends up like rallying in the back, like yeah, you guys can do it, like something like that. Not anybody that would go on the front line in any real capacity.
So yeah, you
certainly.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that there are a lot of very good things in the talents thing. So
there's a reason talents is often primary.
Yeah, well, that's what I have it as.
Yeah.
I have a 3 in empathy, expression, leadership. I was more spread out until he said to focus on a few with the starting abilities and then to buy the rest.
Well, you can.
Which is what
you can spread out some. In particular, you want to get 3 with the starting points in the ones you intend to buy up to above 3. So you can. It's cheapest on experience to up them with freebies if you can. So, for example, if you want to be a truly inspiring leader, you could just say that that's the one talent you want to focus. Take leadership to 5 after this, with freebies, and just spread the other points in whatever way seems the most convenient to you. If that's what you want to, make your amazing roll. And others you would just be like decent at.
I guess I'll do leadership then. So I'll do that.
Are we going to use specialties at all?
Same as usual. Only those things that always have them: crafts, science, technology, etc. You get.
Yeah, I know that. Okay.
So that's
No, it
13
just
then.
felt like Alan.
Yes, that's 13. So, what's next?
Skills then, I think.
Probably something like 2 dots of etiquette is good, at the very least. So, you don't embarrass yourself.
I don't feel like I need to pick up drive. I don't think I'm going to be going anywhere by myself with my 2 werewolves.
You
And
changeling
they know
running desperately from the ghouls with cold iron knives, cursing himself for not being able to start that car and get away.
Oh, come on. It's been neat.
If only I listened to my werewolf taxi driver.
I mean, at that point, you invoke the pads, whatever the fuck it's called, the pads art.
Path of running quickly.
Well, you have to have it in the first place.
No.
You,
Let me double check.
In order to unleash, you do have to have some of it at least. Because you roll your art and your realm or something like that. Or I'm pretty sure you need to have some of it.
I mean, you don't need
Checking
5 to
right
drive a
now.
car.
Three. $50 XP. Man, I could always just buy another form of etiquette. I think I'll pick up drive with my freebie. What is
No, you just roll glamour and you just roll your glamour and your nightmare dice at difficulty 7 after adding
Yes,
a dot.
but under unleashing, learning an art unlocks a new door into the dreaming. You literally need to have that door inside you in the first place. You're gonna need at least 1 dot in order to unleash her, otherwise that would be insane. And honestly, Allied, bad idea.
Okay, yeah.
Don't spend freebies on drive. You want to spend it to up something to really good. You're better off.
No, I meant XP. My apology.
Then you're fine. Then that makes perfect sense.
I didn't mean freebie on it. Sorry.
Nice. So, what about knowledges?
Oh, that's gonna be in the name, so. I don't plan on investigating anything. I think the others can do that for me.
I have people for that.
Politics, I feel like I need.
Probably help.
I think you have like. If you're gonna be passing out judgment as is your duty as Lord, some law might be good. So people don't think that you're a complete cunt with no idea what's fair or not.
I'm just winging it. If it sounds fair to me, therefore it's fair. Is that how this works? Medicine.
Commoners declare a republic.
Now we gotta kill him. Can't have that.
Roll Dex Athletics to make it to the armory first.
3 dice. Let's do it. Shit, they already took all 15 of our guns.
Ran into a troll standing in front of the door. Sorry, citizen. The Republican Guard has taken the weaponry under it.
You want to work for me? Look at the hair on my head. You wouldn't dare let them harm it, would you?
I'm certain there are plenty of execution methods that don't affect your hair. Sorry.
Oh no. Shit.
They're just gonna pickle the head and keep the hair.
I've never used technology or science, but I feel like it's useful.
It might be, but you're better off taking a dot of occult. If you're... Or enigmas, actually. Enigmas might be even better. If you're gonna, you know...
Yeah. There you go.
If you want to... If you're not taking finance but are taking enigmas, just write enigmas under other traits. It will... So I know that you're specifically taking that. Because, you know, what with you having lots of money, one of you might decide to manage, you know, resources.
Don't let the puka do it.
What is a gray mirror?
It's a cult.
That's occult, yeah.
Oh, that's a cult.
Yeah.
I think in terms of arts and realms, the best way to approach this, given all the crap that's in here, is to actually ask you, what kind of magical bullshittery would you like this character to be able to do?
Fuck, I didn't think I'd actually get. I didn't think I was gonna be able to put any points in that.
Well, you start with 5 dots in realms and 3 dots in arts at the start.
You see what you do and who you can do it to.
Should it be a 3 dot art?
No, just tell me in your own words, what kind of magic would you like to be able to do, and I'll tell you which arts are most likely to have what you're looking for.
Fuck. I have to keep going with this. Illusion.
Illusions?
I'm thinking it because that would be like that would sit with the whole appearance thing.
Yeah, there's also Sovereign, which is your leadership.
Yeah, if you want to do appearance, Sovereign might have some of what you're looking for. Keep in mind, given the amount of experience you have, you can get several arts to 2s and 3s relatively easily.
Yeah, Changeling could do some really fucking crazy stuff. Like in Sovereign, the first ability you get is the ability to make the weather obey your whims, as long as it's just to make sure it doesn't ruin the event, basically.
Yeah, essentially you can make anything and everyone play according to the proper rules of protocol. So if you call a parlay with the vampire, they can't just rip your head off for free while you're enforcing this.
Yeah. They suffer a dice pool penalty equal to the number of successes you roll on invoking it.
Oh, PDF stop. Okay, there we go. PDF started freaking out on me. Sure. Because Sovereign's looking really good, actually.
Yeah.
So,
Sovereign 3 guest list.
Okay, so other than that, what other kind of bullshittery would you like to be able to do, essentially?
You cut out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. Is ornamency a thing we can pick from? Dreams and slumber.
Yeah, you can essentially take stuff in any of the arts. I'm not going to restrict you. You've certainly... There's every possibility of you have learned all kinds of crap.
The only restriction that would be is that you couldn't take Sovereign unless you were an Arcadian city in the Skaha house.
Yeah, that was only one restriction with the houses, and you can certainly take Sovereign if you wish.
How far back into... There's time magic.
Yes, there is.
Chronos. Because I feel like the two main I need to focus on would be Sovereign and Spring.
Well, what are you looking to actually accomplish with these? What is the...
Well, because I will probably end up being called at some point to be like to parlay something, and since people are constantly coming and going from this Feyhold, I would need to I don't know. I'm just not used to like contracts.
Yeah, no, you don't have to keep everyone happy. There are plenty. There's another, and there's an entire section of Fae that's perfectly happy to do it for you.
Yeah. Just if you want to go with the deception thing, chicanery is a thing that deals specifically with deceiving the senses.
Perception.
It also lets you do the Jedi mind trick.
These are not the Fae you're looking for.
Pretty much.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry for not being on the ball with this.
No, it's fine. I'm just looking at the powers here. Okay, so... Yeah. Okay, in the party, what kind of a role do you want to be able to fill with your magic?
Support and to make sure that they don't, to ensure that they, just a rallying point, I guess a good thing would be the best way to say it.
Okay. Then Sovereign and Contract is probably your best bet. You might also want to, if you want to spread between 3 arts, you could also add Spring to it and then up them to whatever level you want with experience maybe. And those 3 would probably give you plenty of stuff for diplomacy and impressing people and maintaining security, etc. Because you can... Level 2 of contracts, you know when someone breaks a deal. So if you make a formal deal with the vampire and have them take an oath to not fuck with you, the moment they do, you would sense it. Fucking amazing.
Yeah, besides, done deal, which is the first power, basically lets you, you basically draw up a contract for them, you hand it over to them, and they sign it, and in the contract is basically, if you don't do this, then basically something bad will happen. When they suffer an number of automatic botches equal to the successes on the cantrip activation roll, which the storyteller doles out at the most dramatically appropriate and poetically ironic moments.
I'm gonna count those as botch dice. Rather than... I don't think they're meant as automatic botches. I think they mean essentially I can add once to any rolls as appropriate.
These would go into...
Yeah, it does sound like it.
These would be put in disciplines?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the realms, since you have free spots in the backgrounds, you would put into backgrounds, and if you ran out of room there, you would put the rest into other traits.
Okay.
I mean, we could put them in paths.
No. No.
Level 3, you basically get to extract punishment for breaking your contracts forever on them, or not forever, but automatically.
Uh,
4 is terrifying because you can suddenly start enforcing casual promises like the I'll be there sort of thing. It's like, yeah, like I'll be there. Then suddenly they have to be there. Yeah, it's bad.
Spring is good if you take it to level 3, though all of this is good in various ways. So yeah, just okay, let's look at this another way. Actually, no, that's determined by rounds, but well, as you can see, there's plenty of bullshit here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm noticing there's a lot more bullshit than I was prepared for.
it's
I didn't realize Changeling got into levels of bullshit to where you're like, aha, I've reached the bottom. Ah, fuck.
You weren't expecting
and you
fallen levels
thought
of
demon
bullshit?
was fun. Oh no, you're in the deep end now, son.
Yeah, no, fucking here I go dying again. I wish it would tell me what the fuck. Awakening gives energy as determined by the realm. The realm is our freehold, correct?
No.
No. Realm is an
is
entirely separate thing.
realm is what you affect, and art is what you do to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many points of this do I have to dig with? 7?
3 for arts and 5 for realms.
Yes. I don't think the healing necessarily fits your character.
Yeah.
I think someone else can pick that up, but
yeah, that's not.
Yeah.
I would say that Sovereign, Contract, Soothsay, and Naming might make a good shortlist for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Spring, like, from what it like the summary of what Spring looked like seemed like a fit, but once I actually get to like reading all of these, Spring's not useful in the grand scheme of things for me, and what I'm thinking. But Sovereign and Contract so far have looked really good.
Really tasty.
Oh yeah, Soothsayer just because prediction's always fun, even if it's wrong.
Yeah, there's also the final cantrip of Soothsay, which is Fate Fire. Basically, I'm going to store these automatic successes for us in the most dramatic moments.
Don't think we are likely to have a lot. I don't know, Ally, do you want to spread out over multiple arts, or do you want just focus one? Because I don't think we're gonna go all the way to 5 in 1.
I don't. I would rather spread it out because I don't think 5, like, especially since it's a mini, like just a mini campaign. I don't think 5 in any would be really useful.
Yeah, 5 is tasty, but you have to remember not to get sucked in by the shinies.
Well, if you know what if you have a list of like 3 choices, I suggest just
add Sovereign, Contract, and Soothsayer.
Yeah, just add the first point to those with the free points, and we can take a look at rounds so you can see just how the bullshit would align.
Yeah.
And then you can up them a little more cheaply with XP.
Alright, boss.
This is the time when your special powers you want to up them with XP rather than freebie points, or at least for the arts.
Okay, so here's where the fun stuff comes in. You have the realms. So, here's where it gets interesting. So, you have essentially 4 main realms and 2 supporting ones. The 2 supporting ones are fun. We'll take a look at them first. The first one is Scene, essentially AoE version of whatever you're casting. Spread it out, make it stick. So instead of, say, summoning a little bit of fire if you had Primal, you would fill the room with it.
Oh.
So level 1 is the room. Level 2 is the cottage, so an entire building. Level 3 is called Lonely Lanes, so larger
It's
outside area like a whole street or something. The Glen, well, that's an even bigger area. And the castle, that's like a significant...
I don't think any of these need to, except for maybe Soothsayer would have to go. I don't think anything needs to go above 2 with that type of stuff.
Oh, you get it. Now, here's how all your powers are rolled by taking your rating in each of their appropriate areas. Like, if you wanted to soothsay on someone or on a fellow Fae, you'd roll your soothsay plus your Fae dice, and that would be how many dice you have. So even if you're only going to be using the first 2 levels of something, kicking it up is useful.
Now and they don't add dice.
Yeah. Scene and Time are supporting ones. They make the casting more difficult, and they give you extra effects. Now let's take a look at Time. Here, essentially, you have fun stuff. The first level extends the duration 3 times, just triples it. Second one is mildly sexy. You can set it with a delay. So for example, instead of unleashing the fire when you're there, you can go an hour from now when the sun is up. Bye, I'm out. So as you're escaping the Zimitsi's dungeon, you can just go like, I'm gonna summon fire an hour from now, and I leave.
Fucking hell.
Up to a year and a day in the future. So.
Yeah, you know how you broke my contract? Exactly a year and a day after, you're going to wish you never saw me.
Well, that would be a part of Liar's Bell, and there's stuff in there that essentially allows you to retaliate. You wouldn't be able to tie time to it, but you could say that you could cast the contract to kick in after a year. Or I'll be there promise kicks in a year from then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the third one. The third one is fucking amazing. Fateful Trigger. You hang it on a triggering event. When the vampire walks into this room, I want the fire to come.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. 4 lets it trigger twice.
Yeah.
But it triggers and then it activates again. It only works if there was a single success, but still, suddenly fire everywhere, and then suddenly there's a little bit of fire again.
Those are boring, Iron Man. Those don't matter. 4 and 5 aren't sexy on this one.
Yeah, not for our conditions.
But let's take a look at the targets. Actors are essentially non-chimerical creatures, so not things that aren't born of the dreaming. You might be able to stretch Fae and have it cover werewolves because they might be related enough metaphysically, but anything else, would generally be under actor. So if you wanted to make a vampire, be affected by it, you would need to use actor.
Yeah,
An
actor talks about Kinane and prodigals, which are prodigals are any supernatural that is not fed.
I have stumbled into a world that I was not prepared for.
So this essentially goes up in terms of how familiar with the target you are. Level 1 is a true friend, and level 5 is complete stranger.
Still have to see them though.
Personal contact or familiar face are level 2 and 3 respectively. Dire enemies 4. So someone who just attacks you would require prop 4. They
not prop, but
party commoner and lofty noble are level 1 and 2, and after that it's Chimera, essentially. And well, the lane, well, you're probably not gonna run into too many of those. Nature, it goes up in complexity, so you have base element or then raw material like wood that's actually been cut, paper, etc. at level 2. At level 3 you can affect living things, as in living plants, at level 4 living animals, and at level 5 you can affect forces of nature like weather patterns, storms, etc. So it's not that easy to have Sovereign affect weather patterns actually, because you do need a high level in the realm, but it's still a thing. In prop, it goes up in how complex the machine is. From simple things like clothing at level 1 to having like computers, televisions, iPods, etc. at level 5. And that's more or less it for realms. So you have an idea as to what bullshit you wield, and now it's a question of what kind of crap you want to hit with it.
Yeah. 2 dots and Faye are probably going to
I'll be honest, Actor 5 I like a lot.
Actor 5?
Yeah.
If you want to work on your allies, you probably want to focus a bit more on Faye, though, because in order to affect us, as in the rest of the party, you actually need to know. You actually need to.
Well, the best defense is a good offense. So if you kill those that want to hurt your friends, while they're busy.
You're a combat character. Remember, you're a support.
Well,
yeah, no.
Alright, you have 5 points of realms for free, and you still have an untouched pool of XP that you can just pour into this.
How much is this to upgrade, though?
3 times current for realms. I think a new realm was 5.
Yeah, new one's 5, and it's 3 times current. The arts are 7 and 5 times current, or 4 times current.
What page were the kits on? Because you do have something called an affinity realm, which means that you get -1 to the difficulties of casting with that realm.
I feel like that would. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
I told you, Changeling is fucking amazing in the magic system.
I can spell
88.
Can I please get a refill of my drink?
Go ahead.
Like, can I please?
Go ahead. Just
Thank you. Fucking, I've been sitting here without a drink for the hour. Jesus Christ.
I mean, what's his kith again?
A she? Oh, affinity Fae.
Yeah, for auto.
Yeah.
Arcadian get affinity time, I believe.
So they don't take a penalty when imposing time on things.
Yeah. Arcadian get time affinity.
Fucking brutal. Just brutal.
Time to die in the future, bitch.
Huh. He can't, or she can't, botch etiquette or poise. Or, sorry, etiquette or politics. Blech.
I'm just imagining a situation. Tremere just goes, "What the fuck did you just use on me?" It just laughs in their face. "Do what you must, I've already won."
I think at that point that they'd start screaming, "What did you do?"
Brutal though. Absolutely brutal. Like fatality.
Yeah. Fatality.
They go
After,
back to Elysium, the Malkavians just look at them, start noticing
And
them
immediately
laughing.
leave.
Just throwing amused glances in their direction, pointing fingers, start to get uncomfortable.
Oh, man.
Oh, Christ almighty. I literally ran out of room on the sheet for the vampire's retainers, by the way.
There's a second sheet called Retainers for Vamps.
No, I added more retainers line in the other traits, along with the extra disciplines that didn't fit.
He has 500 XP. I'd expect nothing less.
We have a combined XP of 50. We can beat this motherfucker.
Let's count. I think there's like 32 dots of disciplines on there. Not counting any potential alternate blood magic paths.
Not counting what? How do you not count the alternate magic path?
Well, then it would be 35 dots.
Yeah,
How
words,
much
they
did
definitely have blood magic, but aren't specialized in it. Got it.
Aru, how many discipline points did Helen of Troy have?
Probably over 40, given what Kale's given her.
And she was a 2,000-year-old Methuselah. No, like, yeah, 2,000, 3,000-year-old Methuselah.
Craft, I'm only gonna say this once. This is my table, not Kale's. I'm not beholden to his rulings.
Yeah, Helen of Troy probably would actually have about 1,000 XP at least.
No, I'm just thinking White Wolf makes sucky-ass characters.
Yeah, they do.
And Kale can't buff characters for shit.
Actually, no, she has 40. Let's see. 10, 20, 30, 40, 3, 5, 6. 46 discipline dots, Helen of Troy.
Allied, your enemy has a total of 32 discipline dots on the sheet.
Can I eat it?
No.
You may ask for the embrace. They might grant it.
Oh, seriously?
No, don't.
Don't fall for it.
You see the flames in the freehold turn black. The ground shakes under your feet.
Yeah. And I have to roll willpower difficulty 8 to avoid basically troll frenzy.
I mean, changelings can be turned according to the lore.
Yep. And betraying an oath is going to end up. If you betray us, Allied, I will find you, and I
never made an oath. I want to explore new possibilities.
It's for the good of the. It's for the good of the realm, Aru.
Sorry, I don't think the Dreaming sees it that way, and neither would I.
It's just dark glamour instead of, you know, the good kind. It's
fine. Purge with extreme prejudice.
Look, man, just gotta take a hit of this dark glamour. Trust me, it's safe.
Listen, I don't feel the banality at all. I can remember everything all of my life. Seriously, try this.
I can remember when we shut the
Give me a
gate.
second. I have to double check something, namely the rolls for actually invoking your stuff.
Okay.
I want to test something.
So, allied.
I mean, I'd be fucking. Yeah.
You are an autumn she, which means that you have a -1 to the difficulty of things that target Fae, or rather, things that use the Fae realm. It's your affinity realm. It's like the one you're naturally the best at.
Okay, so I'm best at Fae.
Well, you have a difficulty reduction. You don't need to take points in that. I just, it might be useful.
Where do I put that in on this character sheet, by the way?
Realms. Take
Yeah.
the -1 you can put in the you can put it under notes or under merits. Put it under merits. Just affinity realm Fae.
Or you can mark the realm with a star if you have it.
Actually, I will add it for you.
Okay, thanks, boss.
If you want to go up to 5 in what's his face actor, then I'm not sure how that works out. You want to take Fae to 2, I assume.
I'm still trying to figure out how many. I'm still trying to figure out how many points I actually have to work with here.
Okay, you have 5 for realms by default, and you can buy more with experience.
Okay, I think nature I don't care about. Prop, I don't think I care about. Scene I don't think I care about. Time I would possibly care about.
Okay, new realm is 5, so if you want to take actor to 5, it might be best from a point economy standpoint to take prop to 5 with the initial points and then buy the lower levels and the things that you want them in using those. Because the 5th level would be 12 experience. It's cheaper to take that with a free point than to put that into starting a new realm.
Because what I was thinking about was picking up actor, Fae, and time, because then they won't be new realms.
So
you see what I'm trying to do.
I do. Let me count out the math. So it's 12 plus 9 for the 4th and 5th level of prop, right? So 21. For the... How high are you planning on taking time, and how high are you planning on taking Fae?
Prop I would probably take to 1. Time I feel like I would take to
Or sorry, your prop?
Prop would probably go to 2.
Okay, so you do want objects.
Would a piece of paper be an object?
Yes.
It's described as essentially a natural object, like a raw material. So a book would be a prop. A actually proper document would be a prop as well. Something that's closer to a raw sheet of paper that has something scribbled on it would probably be nature.
I would need number 2 then, because that would be like a book or something. Like if I were to do something of that nature, like if I were to do a ceasefire thing, like for both.
Nope. That's actor actually, because you're casting it on them, not on the contract you're signing.
Well, you can cast it on the contract itself, and you can add multiple realms in there to make it more binding. So
that's what I would be planning on doing.
If you're making a formal contract and writing it into that, under those circumstances, that would be a prop.
Yes, that's why I said 2, because that would be a formal contract of...
Okay.
Like, that would be the highest I would take that.
So you're essentially thinking of taking 2 extra, like 1 realm to 5 and 2 realms to 2, right?
Hold on. Neighbor, the kid who picked on his bartender.
I mean, either way, I think even if you're taking multiple fresh ones, you are... I mean, actually no, it would be 5 times 2, because you're buying 2 first levels with the free dots. It would still be a lot cheaper to just...
To max one out and just use it XP.
Yeah, it would. You can get further on that.
You don't actually have to weave it into the if you lack, it says in the thing itself, if you lack Fey or Actor, you can use proper nature to weave the agreement into the object, into a object or a place as a binding element. So
also,
it doesn't have
consider
to be
that you don't necessarily need Actor all the way to 5, because as soon as someone is making threatening moves towards you and you're sure that they're an enemy, it's...
I think, honestly, if I were to put any at 5 after, like, rereading these just to triple check them, I think Faye would be the one I'd put up. Or Time.
I mean, you can also always burn Glamour to bootstrap yourself up to whatever rank that you don't have.
Yeah.
Like, if I had Fate 2 and wanted to use Fate 4, I could burn 2 Glamour and it would replace the 2 dots of Fate that I'm missing.
Yeah, you do have an oh shit thing to essentially just burn magic to make it work. Magical, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I feel like I would put... After would be 3.
Just 3?
No, after would be 4.
Okay.
That would be the highest I would go.
Let me pencil that in. Faye, generally you want the first 2 so you can affect the changelings that come at you.
Yeah,
The Chimera are... Yeah, Chimera are probably not gonna be a problem. But if they are, you can spend an emergency glamour point to make it stick.
Yeah. Because which one is it for the vampire? Which to affect vampires?
Yeah,
anything. Yeah.
So Actor would be at 4 then. So I would say 2 then for Faye. Also considering I'm also... That's my thing anyway, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
Nature I don't care about.
Okay, fuck nature. Time at 3 or at 2?
Time would be at 3.
Okay, that would cost a total of... let's calculate it out. So, second level of Fae... Plus that would cost 17 XP to take it up to this.
Because I need prop 2 as well.
You don't necessarily need to. They can just swear a solemn oath, and the magic would hold them to it.
Okay, yeah, no, then that should be fine with that.
Contracts are one of the things that essentially allows for glorious workarounds based on, you know, what you happen to have.
Alright.
Okay. Let's see. Before we move on to spending the rest of the experience. You have a choice of 3 essentially stages in life. I assume you want to be essentially an adult changeling? Because essentially it's like whether you're a kid that's like all rah 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 adventure.
No, I want to be an adult. I'd rather not be a teen or anything else because it wouldn't make much sense that I'd have this much.
Okay, then you have a choice between getting an extra point of your maximum glamour rating or getting an extra point of willpower.
Ooh.
And this is where
What does
you're
glamour
gonna start running into some fun freebie point constraints. Like, so this, like normally you would have a glamour max of 4. You can up it to 5 with your, life phase.
Well, that's your starting glamour.
Yeah, that's your starting glamour. After that, you can up it further with freebies by spending 3 freebies for 1 glamour. Glamour is fucking valuable as fuck.
What's the willpower? What's the freebie? The willpower cost? 1 for 1.
I think in Changeling it's 1 for 2 according to the book.
Yeah, you get 1 for 2.
One freebie for 2 willpower.
The other way around.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I feel like then that the better thing to do would be to take the extra glamour.
I'm gonna let you get willpower for 1 because if you run in things like dominate, which might or might not be a possibility, that could just really fuck you really easily.
Yeah, and you can't really raise it easily.
Yeah, I'm also on like the constraint already. I spent most of my fucking freebies to
Oh, you can always take a flow or 2.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about taking enemy, to be honest.
Please don't, I said that as a joke. You will get shanked.
Oh. There's another one I saw, but I'll talk about that in a bit. Start at 4, 2, 3. I think I'll spend 3 of my freebies on an extra dot of glamour.
Okay, so that would take you up to a rating of 6.
Yeah. I'll spend my last 2 freebies on willpower.
You had 5 left over. So, why don't you run me through where your freebies have gone so I can make sure you got the math right?
Merit. Blood of the Wolf, 4 merit points.
Mm-hmm. That's...
2 retinue retainers.
Okay, that's 6.
Oh shit, that's 6. Okay.
No, well, total of 6.
Yeah, I donated 5 to. Well, I donated 7 to. With 6. I should probably change that to 6 because that's
okay.
mine.
Let's see. Okay, you have 5 backgrounds on your sheet, so we're just gonna. How much did you donate currently? 7?
6.
6. Okay. So 6 there, 4 in Blood of Wolf, which means you have 5 left over, 3 went into Glamour, 2 went into Willpower, math lines up, everything's good.
Okay.
So you could, in theory, hold the bond to the freehold on your own. You would just have like no workable Glamour pool, and that's a bad thing.
Yeah. Honestly, I think my character should probably also hold up some of the glamour pool for the
Please,
freehold
dude,
on his
don't
own.
fucking.
We can
I-
think about that when we have our
I
characters.
just don't. I don't want to be kept in a fucking freehold the entire campaign.
Well, you would, I think, logically assign some of it to your designated heir, so they could just maintain the family's connection to it or something, if that ever became necessary.
Yeah.
But okay, what were you thinking in terms of flaws?
I was thinking about for flaws. I need to re-find the page I had that was on.
What's it called?
It was the your was inspired by Demi's idea of what he did with your.
This sounds horrible already.
You know what it was? Sleeping with the enemy.
Oh, that was recommended by Chris
Oh god.
to Demi.
I would pick up Foulmouth, but I don't think that A should be encouraged or be proper for somebody of this position to have even gotten this far.
What kind of a sleeping with the enemy? What are you thinking?
Story of
It's
the
3
Vamp
points.
Lover.
Remember that neonate? No, honestly, I was gonna leave it up to you.
Yeah, no,
'Cause I didn't know if you would have said.
I'm gonna need some kind of an idea, because coming up with something that makes sense in a freshly baked chronicle like this is a pain in the ass.
Well, considering I have werewolves, as I'm supposed to, I guess, marry one of them in the future. The like, who do they hate the most?
Vampires. Or the
Oh,
black
shit.
spiral dancers.
Don't black spiral dancers also hate Fae?
They hate anything
Only some
good
of
and
them.
pure and try to corrupt and destroy the world, but other than that, they're perfectly fine gentlemen.
I mean, the Black
well.
Spiral dancers actually work with the Shadow Chord sometimes.
That would be adding a whole fucking new layer if I slept with somebody like that. I'm tempted to do it.
Christ.
I mean, it would tie into why we have a neonate contact.
No, it wouldn't, because Camarilla wouldn't have chill relations with cunts like that. Sabat might.
Camarilla are fine with anybody, really.
Because I was honestly thinking, like,
Yeah, that's that
because out of character, we know we're going to be fighting a vampire. So I was thinking something to do with vampires. But I don't know how you handle this stuff. So, worst case, you just say no.
Yeah, I won't fuck you over with it without warning you first. I do try to...
You could fuck me over with it because it's a flaw. I have no issue with that, and I chose it of my own free will.
And that's bullshit. It's kind of my responsibility to make sure you make informed choices. Within reason, but still. I am supposed to warn you before you completely fuck yourself.
Like, I don't feel like I'd be fucking myself with taking this flaw. I think it would be interesting outcome.
So, sleeping with a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Why is the Lord so pale this morning? He just had a rough night, never mind.
He had a fun night.
This fuck.
Because the issue is like none of these flaws I could properly like play out from what I can think.
Oh dear.
Besides like that one. What's wrong?
Oh, this is just gonna... You know, you said you wanted to be, you know, abducted a lot.
Yeah.
So you could get 2 points from that, from just being supernaturally awesome.
5 points.
By my math, your base appearance would be at 4 though, and the bonus would take it to 6 with the way things work out, not 5. With how much you've spent in it. Because you have a total of... Yeah, in social you have a total of 7 to assign. So it would be at 3, 3, and 4, which would take it to 6.
I mean, I would be alright with that flaw. Supernaturally good looking.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you take more than, say, 2 points in it, because it's not gonna be that obvious with a she. But this gets the party killed in a fun, non-obvious way.
Oh, wow. Fun for the whole family, kids. I'm too pretty.
Here's another one in the same vein. Cleared mists.
Oh god, no, why?
What could possibly be bad?
No, fuck, surreal beauty, possessor. See, the issue, Nyx, is that I don't want them to be at a higher difficulty of winning them over.
Yeah, no, fuck that one. But the one I posted, I think that's very nice, and it would be enough to get you another point of glamour.
God.
All changeling have the same base stat, right?
I don't think mist would be. I don't think the clear mist would be a good one.
No? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to get more flaws, you can just spend these ones then. I mean, surely the vampire wouldn't know the ancient lore for identifying someone like you.
It's fine.
Your eyes are just glowing green or something.
Surely this isn't a bad thing.
What's that like seeming now again?
I mean, he's a she, so essentially supernaturally graceful and beautiful.
Hold on, what do you mean he's a
child? Childling.
Wilder.
I think.
Wilder.
She, as in this word that Armand keeps mispronouncing.
Okay. Okay, I was confused for a minute. I thought you were like.
No, it's weird that way. And I already made the joke about you being a trap to Demi, so it's fine. I worked through it.
Just call me Fulgrim.
What did you pick for your secondary legacy, by the way?
For my what?
Second nature, the unseelie one.
Oh,
Because
shit.
everyone has two.
How did I actually pick that? Fuck.
I think Beast and Peacock were the ones we were talking about. If you picked Peacock, you could essentially justify, being a cunt and causing disharmony as long as you were proving that, you're better than everyone else. Think of the possibilities.
Beast. I don't. No, because then I'd have to prove it,
Okay.
which just makes it work. Actually, yeah, no, I'll pick it. Fuck it.
Okay, then just write whatever you choose into demeanor so I can see at a glance what kind of a beast you are.
Fuck. Beast.
No, you don't necessarily need to crush them in physical combat, that's the thing. You can send your goons at them and laugh. Okay, other than that... freebies. What do you want to do with those?
What did you say?
What do you want to do with freebies? You got 2 extra ones from Slipped Seeming. Do you want to go for more flaws? Do you want to spend these? How do you want to arrange those?
I mean, I wish I could get the other one. That was 3 that I suggested, because then I could up my glamour again, and I'd still have 2 left over.
If you want to risk sleeping with the enemy, I will allow it for a random local vampire, but keep in mind that opens an avenue through which they might get information about you through vampire politics, and if they're a cam vamp hunting you, that kind of fucks you.
Fair enough on that. Guess I'll just have to go with.
You can risk it.
I mean, I can, and I know it's a mini campaign, but I'd rather not just end up getting everybody killed within the first, 2 sessions.
You wouldn't be killed immediately. I would torture you for a bit and give you a chance to try and escape. Futilely, possibly, but... I mean, surely it would take a little while for all willpower and resistance to be drained out of you forever and ever.
Alright, give me a quick rundown. What are your arts? Actually, real quick.
My arts?
Yeah.
Sovereign, Contract, Soothsayer.
Funnily enough, if he managed to successfully invoke Sovereign, he could actually just tell them, let me go, and then he could walk out, I believe.
He might. Depends on the vampire and how strong-willed they are. They might be able to...
Fuck it, I'm gonna pick up Sleep. Is there a max on how many flaws we? Because that one you put up is actually really fucking neat, and
7
I like it.
points.
You can have a max of 7 points, and I would limit it to a max of 3 different flaws at most to make it something I can keep track of. So
yeah,
like
you're not allowed to have 7 1-point flaws.
yeah, essentially. So yeah, you could pick up
I'm
Sleeping
gonna
with
pick up
Enemy and this one.
That's what I was just.
What kind of a vampire do you want it to be, by the way? That you feed your own blood to?
Clan-wise?
Personality-wise
Or-
more than anything, but...
Personality-wise. Shit. I'm not used to that. I'm used to just like the gym going, here's this.
Yeah, I'm a lazy fucker. I...
Yeah. Also, a lot of the Changeling the Dreaming stuff is all about what do you want to do? Let's see how we can do what you want to do.
I mean, think of the possibilities.
I am thinking the possibilities. That's why I'm fucking quiet at the moment.
It'd always be someone that you essentially knew as a creative mortal that got turned and you were just never got around to breaking off contact.
I want to say noble, but I feel like that doesn't work.
Like I
Noble
said,
person,
it could just be essentially someone that used to be a dreamer for you that got turned. Which would almost... well, it makes a high possibility of it being a Toreador.
I'm fine with that.
Mm,
I'll go with that.
Let me do this. Let's see. What kind of a dreamer would you be attracted to, or this character would be attracted? And that's something else we're... actually, you know what? Never mind. We're gonna work out the dots in a little while.
Alright.
And then we're gonna cover the last bits of the actual character creation. Who else might have gotten fucked?
Who else might have gotten fucked here?
You know what? Actually, yeah, let's lower the thing for the Toreador by 1. Because we have to include that possibility. It's 5, 2. Roll me 1d10, allied.
7, boss.
Congratulations there, Tremere.
Researcher got turned. You ended up picking up a researcher who ended up being turned and brought in by the Tremere.
I love how the Bruja was just like 10.
Social agitators were 9 and 10, just depending on their various legalities.
Yeah, I just eyeballed it and let the dice decide when it's so many possible ways to get someone fucked.
Yeah, here's hoping that it's not a Tremere who we got rolled as our enemy.
1d8 chance. 1d8.
Yeah, because that would be fucking shit for us.
I mean...
Also, you know what? Funnily enough, I don't think any of the Sealy Fae would really care about this because Love is all, basically one of their codes.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Then
your true love. This
again-
must be cultivated.
Then again, and here's the fun part, if a vampire starts eating the commoners, there's gonna be questions asked.
There's gonna be questions asked if the commoners start going missing from my domain. I'm gonna have to have a stern talking to. Are you stealing my peasants? What if I am? You can't do that. You have to steal them outside of my domain.
I'm just changing this flaw to sleeping with the Tremere.
I feel like that's a worse flaw than enemy.
So, you do have your 6 silver shekels to spend on various things.
This is fucking great.
So, glamour to 8. You could up it twice.
What?
You could up glamour twice with the 6 points you get from these extra flaws.
Yeah, I could. How much was the danger sense?
2 points. I know that it's 2 points in the Fey book. It is in there.
You could take danger sense and up glamour and willpower by 1 in the bargain. It is a perception alertness roll, so not the greatest for you, but you would get pings from it when I rolled it secretly for you.
Yeah.
I think that the troll's ability to never botch rolls does kind of affect that, if only in that no, I'm not going to get a wrong ping. I'm just not going to get a ping.
I'm gonna do that. You say glamour up by 1 and willpower up by 1. This is a fucking trip.
So most mortals have what, like effectively 2-3 willpower, so they're gonna be rolling 2 or 3 d7 or 3 d10 at difficulty 7, and if they botch, let me just demonstrate, like that, then they become obsessed with you and you have a new stalker.
That's fine.
I mean, that's why you have guards, honestly.
It's like fucking paparazzi around. Oh, it's him, he's arrived!
Just someone else they're like, oh, he snubbed his nose in my direction.
Toreador just in the crowd like, fucking uppity changelings. This was supposed to be
I feel like I'm
spot.
gonna make enemies with the Toreadors just because.
No, they'll probably be drooling over you, to be honest.
Oh
Or at
yeah,
least
no,
some of
that's
them will
right. The fucking neonates are getting captured. We gotta stop this changeling. He's mad with power. What does he look like?
I'm not doing anything, though.
Oh, listen to his voice. They just fit.
You know, given that you have a strong freehold and a decent title and werewolf fucking bodyguards and like 30 or 40 changelings in your domains, like a Cold War at worst with vampires, because they fucking wouldn't dare. They wouldn't dare, not without a good reason.
Did you finally get that Camarilla, or did we not?
No, we didn't get the Chimera.
There are probably going to be generic hunter or guard dog chimera roaming around the freehold because Sanctity 6.
There's gonna be something, just nothing exceptionally good. It's just like, it's a fucking stronghold.
I want my dragon.
You can invest 5 points into the chimera or you can invest a bunch of points into the chimera creation and get a 90-point fucking chimera if you really want.
My pet dragon. Can I ride the pet dragon?
Inside the Feyhold, yes. However, it will die after you summon it that one time.
Depends on if normies saw it.
outside.
If you summoned it outside to just rip apart one normie and that's the only one that actually saw it, it would be fine. It's if you summon it in front of a crowd to beat off a police siege that it would probably hurt it extra bad. Because then it can't hide from penalty, it just gets fucked.
I have 33 XP to work with.
You do, and each level of art is 4 times current. So, what are you looking for here?
Give me a moment. Let me make sure I can pick up fucking drive first. As I said,
It's
I
3
would.
points.
You
Yeah,
have
so I
37,
30.
right? No, you had 33,
Yeah.
right?
And now he has 30.
30.
Yeah, 30.
Okay.
I mean, no, totally. I have 37, boss. Yeah, totally.
I mean, it would cost a... yeah, it costs 4 to up it to 2 and another 8 to up it to 3. So... by my math, you can up 2 of these to 3 and 1 of them to 2. And have 2 XP left over.
Two of these to 3 and 1 to 2.
Yeah.
I have 2 XP left over. I just wouldn't be able to spend on anything.
You could spend it on firearms to be able to semi-shoot or on intimidation. You have some abilities you could up, or you could save it. I will be giving out XP as this goes on, so you will be potentially able to buy more stuff after a session or two, so like halfway through.
Have you decided the amount yet, or you're just unsure still?
About XP? 50.
Yeah. No, I mean per session.
3 or 4.
Uh-huh.
I prefer to be generous if it's a question of which side I'm gonna fall on.
Gonna
A
be
given thing.
fucking do this right, boss.
Guest list? You would already have that on the freehold. Sorry, Mr. Vampire Elder, you're not invited into this cell.
What do you mean I'm not invited? I'm on the guest list. Not with that fucking outfit you are. Get out of here.
It's like, what do you mean I'm not invited into my own cell, you bastard?
Any changeling of higher rank who is either attacked or being restricted can spend a willpower to ignore the effects. I would say, in this case, that if it's their own cell and they are powerful, for like 500 XP powerful, that essentially they would be able to just spend willpower to ignore it.
Would they have to continuously spend willpower to ignore it?
It's as per the rules. It says in the description that high-ranking Fae would be able to just ignore it for the scene. I think.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I've spent that, and I've had experience. I have 2 left.
Mm-hmm. So write experience in like this. So all 50 spent 48, left 2. That way, even if you fuck up one of these, we can reconstruct it properly and it's nice and visible.
Oh, okay. Keep that in mind from now on. Question. From XP, you can only buy marriage. You can only buy those with freebies, correct?
Yes, or earn them through play.
Okay.
Yeah, Tattletale is a it's a good pick. It's a good choice. Soothsay is pretty decent. So you could literally send someone out to scout and be looking in on them if you enchant them right before.
Don't worry about me touching you, kid. All right, go free. Also, my what is the what Bane level do we all start at? 4?
Sorry, what?
The Banality level we start at. What is that?
Base is 3. You're kicked up to 1. You're kicked up by 1 to 4.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I was wondering if that should have been 5 or not.
No.
No, base creation stats is 3 banality, 4 glamour, 4 willpower.
You will write your actual banality rating in the humanity path box, and we'll use the humanity dots to track progress to the next level. FYI.
All right.
And then we have a few things. For example, stuff like how you harvest glamour. Like, what's your threshold, as they call it? Like, what would be your preferred way to gather stuff? I think that was in here. That's one of the things we had to decide. Legacy, seeming house, traits, attributes, abilities, boring, boring, boring. Advantages, did that. Tempers, did that. Birthrights and frailties, did that. Merits and flaws, did that. Specialties, fuck those. Yeah, looks good. Ah, yes, threshold and antithesis. So you need to decide what is your banality trigger. What is the thing that to your character is like the most horribly soul-crushing thing ever? Like what literally, you know, triggers you? What fucks with your head?
What do you think is edgy and what triggers you, basically?
Shit.
Yeah.
Does it have to be something that's really common, or?
I'll tell you if it's appropriate. So you can just. What do you think fits the character, first of all? I'll adjust it for you. I'll tell you if you're fucking yourself too hard or too little.
I was gonna say something like the lack of royalty. In like the modern world.
I'm not letting you take that. You will lobotomize yourself within a week.
No, that's what I'm saying. You said something, and then like you would like.
It's an action, not a state of being that you want.
Well, it's not necessarily an action, but almost certainly an action. It's essentially a situation that you encounter, like, oh no, I'm in a fucking library. Jesus Christ. Like that, you know?
Yeah, putting on a suit and tie is one of the examples that they give.
Seriously?
Yeah, like,
yes.
What is like a soul-crushing thing to you? For example, being on an office floor or like being in an office building could be one if you used to be that kind of a person, you know, that worked in an office, or I don't know.
So could it be wearing something?
It could be, depending on if it's something that you know, you could conceivably be wearing. It could be something like undignified clothing, essentially. Like, if you ever have, if you have to wear a hoodie, you have to, you know, risk banality.
I would be down for that.
Okay, then
you're always sharp dressed.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Then write that in notes as. Actually, I'll do it for you. Like this. There. That should be easy enough to keep track of. And threshold. What would be your preferred way of gathering glamour from mortals? Like, what kind of inspiration would you go for? What kind of situations would you try to feed on? Etc. Like, essentially, what's your preferred prey?
When you said that, I was like, "Oh, beautiful."
261 is probably where you find your musing thresholds, which is what I think.
There you go. That's the one in short.
You can choose one during play, but since you are all gonna be feeding off of Freehold, I think this is something we should decide in character creation, because it's unlikely we're gonna get to it.
Foster, I can talk. Maybe
create
helping
love,
people?
given how you're pitching yourself. I mean, you're going for the stalkers thing, right?
Just create
The
love.
betrayal of broken
My
hearts.
stalkers know me.
Where do you
That
find
sounds so...
examples?
Boyfriends hate this man. Learn why.
Click on it. Oh, well, now they're gay, so...
Wow, Allied's turning people gay now. Holy fuck.
Such a trap.
my changeling cares not where the glimmer comes from, just that it comes.
Okay, write in a threshold in create love.
Allied,
In
you
the
might
next,
be beautiful, but really,
like just in the next line under the antithesis in notes. Oh Jesus Christ. I'm gonna share this one with
You're gonna share it
with Demi.
I learned much from Demi.
maybe too much.
Yes, maybe a little bit too much.
How are you learning this from him?
Okay, so other than that, I think we're done. All we need now is an appropriate name and a token that suitably reflects the spirit of the character. Think Dota. Can't.
Yep.
I wish I could use the name and picture, but I can't because it's copyrighted.
What did you have
Why?
in mind?
I'll put it in the Discord. Uh,
Please do.
the most beautiful of all of them.
I mean, there's always this.
What? What's this?
On the map.
Oh,
I only see a white screen.
yeah.
You shouldn't try reloading. Might not have loaded it for you.
Third time's the reload, so go.
Are you not on? Oh, right. There, I'll move you to the correct map.
God damn it.
It's not my fault.
Oh, hey! I remember Mr. Fireman.
He was fun, wasn't he?
Sure. I'll use Mr. Fireman.
I mean,
That was a demon's thrall once upon a
there's
time.
always this fucker.
God, no, fuck that. It was like that looks like a fucking one of those gay bears from fucking Twilight.
I mean, you could always go,
I don't think that guy has supernatural appearance. Alas.
Well, probably not. I mean, I have another option for you.
Oh, fucking Show me. Those aren't stalkers of love and my suffering.
I guess there is one important question. Ginger or not?
I mean, I'm down with being a ginger.
Actually, this might work if you wear suits. Assume that he has like a stark violet eyes. And you have something that looks appropriate.
Yeah, no, I'm down with that.
I mean, always this. Certainly an appropriate devil.
I prefer the suit with the more modern feel. I feel like the other guy would be if he had came out of the just out of what is it, Arcadia? Just returning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Christ almighty, all of these. So many. Let's not use. Let's see if we can find someone with appropriate eye color. I'm assuming male, right?
Yes. Oh god.
You don't think you can play a female character, or you don't want to have to go through what Penn does?
No, I just despise that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But don't you find me attractive?
No, you need to stop. That's what you need.
Oh, Christ almighty. Okay. This might work for you. Maybe. That's a bit too big, mind you. What do you think?
Yeah, that's fine.
Suitably icy eyes. Not necessarily obvious until you actually, look into them and then it's like, you notice.
But why would you ever want to do that? Look at the rest of me instead.
Oh, I am.
Just wear sunglasses, man.
You would dare hide this beauty?
I think that's treason then. Yeah, looks good.
How about some eye contacts that make your eyes like green or some shit like that?
The glamour melts them within a week.
Why?
Because fuck you.
Because fuck you, this is fun. You think I'm gonna hide this beauty? Fuck no.
Rest I think you're gonna hide your beauty.
I'm just imagining as you're being dissected. Yeah, you want some of this.
They're cutting the chest open. Oh, don't damage me too much, baby. I got an appearance to keep. He's like, he's under it while he's operating. Yeah, no, I apologize. I'll try to leave as few scars as possible. Thank you, doll.
Damn it. Okay, so that's what it takes to create the Changeling character. About 3 hours and a group effort.
As it turns out.
Oh, Christ almighty.
I mean, the others should be easier with Allied as the anchor character.
Yeah, we now know what goes into it, and we have this to help us go through it. So, we now have an idea as to what goes into it. Oh,
fucking insanity.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. You have things that might let you survive if you're clever. And one last thing, actually. Do you want to discuss this now or later? Werewolf tribes.
I think I can do that with Armon. I've taken enough time up as is.
Well, this might be interesting to keep on recording, which is why I'm asking. We could probably manage to do it in like 15 minutes. Surely. Werewolf tribes are semi-decent. So, Spiral Dancers and Ghetto Fenris are out. Just flat out.
They will both murder you on sight for not being sufficiently dickish, for being fey or not being sufficiently dickish.
No, Alice even more fucked with the Get of Fenris because he's a noble.
That's true, actually. It's not going to change much other than that they'll be slavering slightly more ravenously when they're tearing your throat out, but...
Shadow Lords are essentially Werewolf La Sombra. They are really good fun if you have the balls to match theirs. Few people do.
That sounds like a challenge.
God damn it.
Bone Gnawers are essentially bottom feeders, so I doubt you would be interested.
Yeah,
Glasswalkers
their whole shtick is survival at all costs, but that's not what we are here.
Yeah, I'll run through the werewolf tribes. Silverfangs are the werewolf nobility. You might be interested in. They're all like rah-rah leadership. Black Furies are hippie feminists. Please don't, I'll kill you.
Look, the Black Furies are all only women. They don't accept any males. Except the formed males.
Yeah. So, Children of Gaia, they're essentially peacemakers and diplomats, so they would fit well with your nature, actually.
I mean, they're also kind of healers, too.
Mm-hmm.
And the urges.
Well, the spread of auspices would be pretty equal inside a tribe.
Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. But
next up, we have the Fianna. They're essentially battle bard type werewolves, and they have the most changeling blood of all the werewolf tribes, as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
The Get are splattered in gore and will kill you. Glasswalkers. They adapt to the technology and city life. So, it does create the possibility that there might be more reinforcements closer up. Even though the bond might not be as strong as it would be with, similarly, another tribe. Red Talents. They kill normies. I mean, you could.
Oh yeah, those are the purity guys.
Yeah,
I mean, can you imagine a litter of wolf pups born half changeling and half red talon? Oh boy.
Well, they'd still be a quarter human because all changelings are half fey, half human.
They're not half human. They are wearing human skin, but their soul is still, normal. Besides, werewolves' breed is determined by the mother's natural form.
Fair.
Shadow Lords are cunts. We covered that. Silent Striders. They're essentially wanderers, and they can't really stay still. So, not the best choice. You would be able to get access to more information and lore through them, but they would be further away from you. Essentially, they would be all over the world traveling rather than standing still.
Hello.
Hi, Demi. Stargazers are mystics, and they are kind of about spirituality.
Which one are they?
Who? Stargazers? Stargazers are, mystics and focus on spirituality and understanding. Uktena, they're mystics as well, but they're mystics in the sense that Tremere are mystics. They're like, let us harness these dark powers for the good of Gaia. So, fun mystics.
No, they're less harness the dark powers and more, we
Arrow,
will find the secrets.
Don't feed me that fucking propaganda. We all know what Uktena do.
Yeah, that's the Uktena. I thought you were talking about the Stargazers.
Yeah, Stargazers are legit.
Question?
Yeah.
I'd just like to ask about a previous statement by Kraft. How did I make Allied make go gay?
He's now sleeping with a Tremere as a Fae.
Also, he
What?
gains glamour by making people gay, I think.
Spread
That's-
love.
No, he just doesn't care, as long as the glamour keeps flowing.
Yeah,
Okay.
man, woman, child, it's whatever.
Okay, please switch
Might
your court allegiance to Unseelie.
That was but too much, man.
You started talking on Sealy talk there.
Wendigo, hunters, douchebag, hunters, rip your face off, fuck shit up, hunters.
No.
So that's more or less everyone. Did anything catch your eye for potential allies? You can give me like a short list, and I can give you some more details on the particular tribes then.
I have the wikis open. I honestly, I'm Glasswalkers, Shadow Lords, and the worst option possible. I totally hate humans.
Black Spiral Dancers.
Red
No,
Talons.
the Red Talons. Chris, if he picks Glasswalkers, will he hear of the story of Alhaz Red, the Doom Maker?
Hold on, what?
I might recount it in character.
Yeah.
Yes.
we can't what?
Okay, I need.
You'll just have to wait.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
For
there's
what?
a werewolf legend of a great hero.
In the Glasswalker tribe.
Yeah, you'll have to wait to hear it. If I roll randomly for one of your Glasswalkers to be a, I think it was a Galliard.
Yep, those are the bards amongst
Yeah.
amongst
If one of them ends up being a Galliard, they might tell you the tale. No matter which tribe they're from, actually, given what.
That's great. That's great.
I think someone rolled really well on that.
Yeah, Demi
balance,
rolled
so.
really well there.
Oh. Okay.
He rolled like 5 successes on his off the cuff retelling of the story of
Well, he
Alhazred.
spent like a couple of hours on it to prepare it, I think, essentially. So, essentially the 3 worst options you could have picked. Good job.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, no fucking figures, huh?
I mean, they're probably the least, other than the Red Talons, who are liable to dislike you on principle of you looking like a human. Like, none of them are really combat oriented.
Actually, no. Red Talons wouldn't give a fuck. They would see him as a natural ally because the Weaver's plots and humanity's workings are fucking over the Changelings as much as the werewolves. We must turn back the tide. It's time for the crusade. Join us, brother.
Crusade to win now. Oh. Good thing it's a mini campaign, huh, guys?
I would have thought that Wendigo might be good, even though they're one of the Native American ones, because they are good hunters, but I mean, there aren't any bad choices here. They're all gonna have useful gifts of some kind.
Yep.
And we're gonna make them with the werewolf standard creation rules, so they're gonna have what a newbie werewolf should have.
I mean, I think the Red Talons would be the only tribe.
I saw the Glasswalkers as useful because just the whole technology thing.
Well, they aren't necessarily good at it. They don't actively avoid it, is the thing. They're willing to use it and embrace it. They're less they're less the old ways and more the new ways, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's why they don't have any ancestors.
I mean, they can't contact their ancestors. They do have ancestors.
Same difference.
All their ancestors are sitting in a big box somewhere, and they're not coming out,
Yeah.
whether by choice or by design is unknown.
You just don't give a fuck. Because,
Yeah.
fuck. Fuck you, essentially. Or rather, they can't really call up their ancestors deliberately because there isn't that spiritual connection to the ancestors in the past.
Times be changing, bruh. Times be changing.
Yeah, they burned that up, sacrificed on the altar of the Weaver. So, Ally, what do you want us to tell you about these 3 glorious tribes?
He said that so bitterly. Fuck.
See, my lord, this is a high-powered sniper rifle. It is tipped with an explosive tracer round that will burn in the leech's flesh for several minutes before expending itself. Please try.
I don't think Shadow Lords don't seem the best. Should get rid of them.
They're pretty good at scheming.
Yeah, they might actually have contacts with the vampires to be able to feed you information on them. And they would be more willing to do that than just go Hulk smash. And they might give you early warning. It's just that they might also not, if it's in their interest, to fuck you over. They will play their games with you. It's Darwinian. It's like La Sombra. If you can't keep up, you don't deserve to keep up.
Yeah, which is my issue with this setting, so we're gonna have to toss them.
Alright, no Shadow Lords, Glasswalkers and Red Talons then. Unless you wish to reintroduce a third option.
Will the Red Talons tell the story of Alhazred?
No.
Nobody cares about Alhazred right now. We'll get to it in-game, eventually, maybe. If the dice say yes.
Dice said yes. I'm gonna go now.
How are the Silver Fangs in general?
Essentially, about what you would expect from Russian side werewolf nobility. Equal parts nobility and warrior spirit and corruption and douchebaggery. It's a toss-up. It could end up someone really awesome. It could end up someone that's all shine and no substance, or somewhere in between. They put on airs. They're like the werewolf version of she.
What tribe would you recommend to shore up my shortcomings and
to shore up your shortcomings?
Yes.
I think given that you've set up yourself in a lot of ways to be ambushable and vulnerable, you want something that will be reliable, loyal, and ideally something with a tracking gift easily accessible of some kind. Which is why I thought the Wendigo would be a good choice. They have something that allows them to track living things by the sound of their heart.
Uktena can track by name. Keep in mind.
Later on, he's not getting rank 2s and 3s.
Yeah, that's fair.
They're babies.
Alright. I'll go with Wendigos then.
Alright. Wendigos then. Actually, you roll for me. Roll me 2d5s. Okay, one of them is a Galliard and one of them is a Theurge then. So, namely, a Spirit Shaman and a Battle Bard.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. Allies. Add character. character. So, Wendigo and Purge. Galliards are pretty good. They do have a decent rage rating to start with, even if they don't buy it up with freebies. So there's at least one of them that can really rip into things. Also, Warform is like +4 strength, so you know.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Even if you're weak.
You know, it's like this character creation might actually allow you to rescue someone that is, you know, without being defeated by a wrought iron fence before even going in. Because the werewolves might just be able to rip that out of the ground and toss it aside.
Thank you, noble creature.
What did you call me? Keep in mind.
Thank you.
Never use beast or creature when referring to them.
Thank you, noble.
Warrior is appropriate.
Yeah. Warrior, you could probably use prodigal, though I don't think they'd understand it.
If you fuck up badly enough, I will let you roll wits etiquette to try and recover. Just remind me if I forget. It might be at a high difficulty if it was a particularly sexy fuck up, but I'll give you a chance.
Yeah, least you can't botch it and make it worse.
Heavy sweating.
Remember?
Keep in mind, Wendigo are related to the like they're Native American werewolves. They consider themselves the pure tribes, and they are butthurt about Europeans and European-born werewolves. So you probably have like 1/16 native blood on some side of your mortal family or something, which is why you're considered kinfolk, probably. But just keep in mind, they are gonna be touchy about that kind of crap. So, just take it under advisement. And oh crap, we're gonna have to keep track of moon phases. Because the Galliard will definitely be technically able to frenzy.
Yeah, right.
He'll technically be able to frenzy when the moon hits right, but...
I have 15 freebies which I intend to spend, and if they're guarding a lord, they're gonna have something. They might not be spec'd into combat, but they're gonna have something, even if it's meant to be a honor guard. But yeah, you might just survive.
Oh no, I've been kidnapped again. Somebody call, oh my god. This is the third time this week, you asshole.
Okay.
Stop being captured, I can't help it.
I mean, it's fine, you can just pay for their services in flesh. It's just skipping ahead a bit anyway. We all know where you're ending up.
Hello, Tremere Laboratory.
I was actually thinking, like some werewolf she-bitch's pet, but sure, that too.
Look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
I'm not gonna comment on that. You care not from whence the glamour flows, right? Ah, Jesus Christ. So, we are technically finished on this part, so I'm gonna stop the recording here. It's been fun. I'll see you next week where we hopefully finish the rest of preparation. Oh, Christ.
4 hours and 45 minutes.